Hello everyone. Today we are going to install the Curt Spectrum brake controller on this 2017 Honda Ridgeline RTL-E. Let's take a closer look. So the first thing we need to do is decide where we are going to install this brake controller. And as you can see, the brake controller gives you a very nice clean OEM look. So I think what we're going to do, this is the little disc that holds the back of the brake controller that it mounts to. I think we're looking at probably here or maybe down into this area. That's going to give it the most OEM look that we can do. I've looked throughout the rest of the vehicle and there doesn't really seem to be a good spot anywhere else that's going to give it that nice clean line. So let's go on to the next step. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take the dash piece off, and it just kind of pulls apart, has some clips behind it, so you might want to use a plastic pry tool, or if you're careful you can just use your fingers. And then once you pull this apart and come forward, there's going to be all of these connections and clips based on your model. You might have more than others, but there's these clips over here that you need to disconnect, and then there's one vent connector, if you can see it right there, that will connect and pull out from there, and then you can go on to the next step. Okay, so now we need to choose the location. As you can see, this mounting plate mounted right here, it curves right here a little bit, so I don't think it's going to sit flush. I think we're going to decide to go up right here in this area. I think that'll give it a nice clean look. There are two ways that you can install this. This plate right here, you drill through so that you can give a nice clean look, and then they do have another plate. If you don't want to drill into your vehicle, you can just kind of run the wires along the side of where you're going to go to and tuck it away. But we're going to go for the cleaner look and drill some holes into here and mount this plate up. Okay, as you can see, I've kind of made a couple of smaller pilot holes, and you can see that matches up real good right through there with this mounting plate. It says to drill a 5/16 hole through there, and I just kind of made a couple of pre-drilled holes there that are a little smaller. So now we're going to go ahead and drill these out a little bit bigger. Okay, so we've got our two holes done right there, as you can see, and now we're just going to put the base plate, and it's got a little bit of a back area there to kind of go into the hole and hold it secure. And as you can see, that's a real good fit, and that's going to give me a nice OEM look right there. Okay, so the next step is to now secure it to the dash piece with these two, this grommet here and this bolt that goes right in through there. So we're just going to screw that down. Make sure we've got that snug enough so that it's not going to go anywhere. Looks like that's tight enough. And we're going to take our Spectrum controller right here, and we're going to feed the wiring through. There, now we've got it on there. As you can see, that looks super clean. It looks like it's almost something that would come from the factory. So now all we got to do is get this thing wired up. Alright, the next step is to put the harness on, and as you can see, they've got instructions right here for where the wires go. So we're going to take our harness, which is over here. Find it here in the bag. This is a harness piece right here, and you're going to take this harness piece and you're going to connect it to all these wires and put these pins in right here. So we're going to do that. Okay, now that we have everything hooked up with the pins, we're going to start installing this back in. The next two parts that we have to install is the module here for the brake control and the harness that's specific for the Ridgeline here. We're going to put these in and find a good hiding spot for them. Okay everybody, so I'm like underneath the Ridgeline here right next to the parking brake, and as you can see right there, that gray looking connector is your trailer brake factory plug that you'll plug the adapter into, and then we'll get the rest of this wired up and show you how it looks. Okay, so it's taken me a little bit of time to determine where to route this. There's not much flat surfaces underneath the Ridgeline, so I've put my module for right now right behind underneath the steering wheel area. It's not completely flat, so I have to check with Curt to see if it can be mounted that way. But for right now, that's where we've got it right here. If you can see, there's a steering wheel and it comes down, and there's some extra plastic right here that we can go underneath it. And then all we've got to do now is secure all our wiring. Alright, so there you have it. Spectrum. Looks OEM. You press the buttons and you go through the different modes. And if you have any questions, you can just go on to the Curt manufacturing site, and they do have some videos that describe what it does. Thanks for watching.